I'm spending my whole weekend in the kitchen so that I won't have to cook dinner for an entire month. Today I'm starting off by roasting my chicken. I don't want to over season it because it's going to be used for a couple different recipes, so a little bit of onion, garlic, salt and pepper is all that I need for now. Try and make her a little bit more dignified and pop that in the oven for about an hour and a half. While that's cooking, I'm going to use up the rest of my beef from yesterday's video. I'm going to be making a pie. I'm using beef stock, grated onion, a little squirt of ketchup, garlic and rosemary. And then I'm just going to throw in what was left of my beef and leave that to simmer away until you get a nice rich sauce. I had a little bit of pastry left over from the base of my quiche, so I'm using that as the bottom of my pie. And then I also had half a sheet of puff pastry left in the fridge, so I thought I'd use that over the top. It's not perfect because I didn't have enough to cover the whole thing, but it'll do just fine. It's all about using up what we've got. I cannot stand waste. Moving on to my mince. I got 2 of the big family packs of mince, and I'm going to be splitting this one in half and using it to make meatballs and burgers. I make the best meatballs I've ever had. Not even blow my own horn, it's just a fact. To make them, I use 2 eggs, 3 cloves of garlic, a teaspoon of tomato puree, a pinch of mixed herbs, and a cup of breadcrumbs. Pop those into my labeled freezer bags and move on to my burgers, which I make in a pretty similar way, using my handy little blender for all my herbs. For these, I use 1 egg, 1 clove of garlic, a teaspoon of tomato puree, a teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of breadcrumbs, and a good grind of black pepper. I'm not at all concerned about the shape, I just smush them. To store these, I wrap them up individually in baking paper like little packages so that they don't stick together in the freezer, and I can just take out as many as I need. And for the meatballs and the burgers, I usually just cook them from frozen in the oven, or you can obviously defrost them in the fridge, whatever works. Took out my chicken and my pie to cool and moved on to my spag bol. This is my little herb selection. You cannot tell me that this is not just the coolest thing ever. Being able to go into my own garden and get fresh herbs for my recipes, oh, I just love it so much. I'll not bore you with the bolognese recipe, everyone knows how to make that. I usually just do a big batch and then split it into 3 different portions. Next, because I am not wasting anything, I'm using all my veg scraps and my chicken bones and juices to make up some stock cubes, which I just make in these little mini muffin trays and pop into the freezer. I've only just started doing this recently and I really recommend it. They have so much more flavor and there's so many health benefits from using the bone broth. The weekend might be finished, but I am not. I still have all of these packs of chicken to make into meals, so I guess I'll be back tomorrow with more meal ideas.